too much down the stretch in a 75-70 win over Fergus Falls. Little Falls, they are 2-6 on the year. They're from the Granite Ridge Conference. Mentioned earlier, they played at Target Center. That was on Saturday, a 71-64 loss to Osakis. They shot 47% from the field. Owen Gauthier, 13 points. In fact, they had 4 players in double digits. Owen Gauthier with 13 points. Tay Heyer had 11 points. Prescott Romaine with 11, and Isaiah Schultz had 10. So those were the 4 scorers for Little Falls, their top scorers in that one as they come into the game 2-6. And Matt Johnson just talked with him a moment ago, and the Otters, like we said, stretches of good basketball and just trying to stay the course. When you're pressing for a win, there can be a tendency to maybe try to do a little bit more or try too hard, as they might say. And Otters are really, with their performances I've gotten to see the last 3 games at Apollo, leading Apollo in the second half, an undefeated Apollo team. Their performance against Wahpeton, and then Henning coming so close, staying that course is going to be there, and it'll get there. It's just need to finish one off and have maybe a little bit more consistent effort throughout. But the Otters have really shown signs, and hopefully we're going to see that here tonight against Little Falls. Well, we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we'll have our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups here with the Otter boys at home against Little Falls. Back with our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups after this.
Are you looking at your vehicle thinking that it could use a little upgrade? Get top dollar for your trade-in at Minnesota Motor Company. Why trade in now? You will maximize your trade-in value with a fair and accurate appraisal and can use your trade-in value as a credit towards your next vehicle, possibly lowering your monthly payments. Contact the sales team at Minnesota Motor Company for a free, no-obligation trade-in appraisal. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
And we're back. Just finished up the national anthem here. Otter boys basketball hosting Little Falls. And it's time to introduce tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center of Fergus Falls. And starting with the visiting Little Falls Flyers at 12-6, or 2-6, 12-6. Give them 10 extra wins there, 2-6 on the season. And at 6-foot senior, number 5, John Allen. 6-foot junior, number 11, Isaiah Schultz. 6'1 senior, number 12, Prescott Romaine. 6'2 junior, number 21, Connor New. And 5'10 senior, number 22, Owen Gothier. Colin Ekman, the head coach of the Little Falls Flyers. Now the starting lineups for the Fergus Falls Otters. Otters 0-6, looking to get win number 1 here tonight. At guard, a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 20 points per game. Number 1, Eston Bethel. A 5'10 sophomore guard, averaging 4 points per game. Number 2, Cameron Wiedrich. Another guard, 6-foot junior, 11 points per game. Number 3, Nolan Fellstuhl. At guard, 6'1 senior, 12 points per game. Number 5, Micah Johnson. And a 6'4 junior forward, averaging 12 points per game. Number 21, that's Jacob Jentz. Matt Johnson, the head coach of the Fergus Falls Otters. He's assisted by Brad Strand, Ryan Johnson, Taylor Foose, and Keith Pearson. And that is tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center on Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. All right, Otters in maroon uniforms tonight. Gold letters and numbers. Little Falls white uniforms with purple letters and numbers, some gold trim as well. And it's 2 number 21s in the center circle. Connor New for Little Falls, Jacob Jentz for Fergus Falls. And it's up, it is tipped, controlled. It tipped back to Jentz, and the Otters will have the first possession. We are underway. And Micah Johnson bounced past to Jentz, right elbow. One dribble, left hand's off to Micah, thinks about the shot. Now the Otters swing it around. Johnson back to Fellstuhl. Nolan catches, fires. Three-pointer is good. And just like that, we talked about it with Matt in the pregame show on the interview, how I just enjoy watching Nolan shoot the ball. He'll catch it and fire. There's confidence. And it is a great shot, and he starts the Otters off on the right foot. They lead at 3-0. Little Falls with the basketball. Otters man-to-man. Pressure in the half court. There's a three-pointer left side. That's no good by Allen. Tipped around, and Cam Wiedrich with a rebound for the Otters. Quickly up the left side, it's Micah Johnson. Over far corner, Jentz fakes left, comes back right towards the baseline. Back to Fellstuhl. Top of the key. Now it's Eston Bethel. Right to left on the dribble. Back to Micah. Straight on. Another three is good. Nothing but net. Good start for the Otters. And Colin Ekman, he's seen enough already. He's going to use a timeout, a 30-second timeout. So we'll take a quick break as well. Good start for the Otters. Back with more after this.
Are you looking at your vehicle thinking that it could use a little upgrade? Get top dollar for your trade-in at Minnesota Motor Company. Why trade in now? You will maximize your trade-in value with a fair and accurate appraisal and can use your trade-in value as a credit towards your next vehicle, possibly lowering your monthly payments. Contact the sales team at Minnesota Motor Company for a free, no-obligation trade-in appraisal.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
And we're back here with Little Falls just inbound to the basketball. Great start for the Otters. Couple threes by Nolan Fellstuhl, Micah Johnson. It's 6-0. Otters with the lead now in the corner. Three-pointer is up by Romaine. That's no good. Jacob Jentz with a rebound for Fergus Falls. Here comes Johnson. And Micah, ball screen left. He's going to just pull up for three. In and out, no good. Halfway down. And the rebound tracked down by Connor New of Little Falls. Quickly up the floor. It's Isaiah Schultz. Lost it out of bounds. It went off of Schultz. Turnover on the Flyers. And Fergus Falls will get the ball. Inbound to Eston Bethel. And Eston into the front court. Right-hand dribble now, Micah Johnson. Jump stop, kicks it over. Fellstuhl catches fire. Another three rims around, no good. And that rebound comes to Isaiah Schultz for Little Falls. Well, the last two threes that didn't go in by Johnson and Fellstuhl, they were halfway down, but rolled out. 6-0, Fergus Falls with the lead. Three-pointer left side is up and in and out, no good. That was attempted by Romaine, and Jacob Jentz another rebound. Here comes Micah Johnson. He'll get a ball screen from Gents, free throw line area, driving, swooping in, high off the glass. Micah Johnson for 2. So 5 for Micah. Been fun to see his evolution. He's needed to score more for the Otters, and he's done a great job so far. And confident shooting the ball, taking it to the hoop. Good drive there, and it's 8 in a row for the Otters to start the game. Three-pointer. Schultz on the other end. That's off the right side of the rim, no good. Rebound tracked down by Romaine. It'll stay with Little Falls on the drive. Pass intercepted by Micah Johnson. Good anticipation by Micah. Gets it up Bethel. Fellstool takes the left baseline across to Wiedrich. Couldn't handle the pass off his hands. Pass a little bit high for him and out of bounds. First turnover of the game for Fergus Falls. And Tay Heyer will check into the game for the first time. 6'2 junior. And Owen Gauthier comes out. 8-0. Fergus Falls leading Little Falls on our Park Region scoreboard. And into the front court, it is Isaiah Schultz. Little thumbs up for their play call. 1-4 set, and there's a screen. Now there is going to be a foul on the Otters, trying to hold off Schultz on that UCLA cut. And it's going to go on Eston Bethel. That's the first foul of the game. 15:06 to play first half. 8-0. Otters with the lead. And the Flyers inbounds. It comes up top to Heyer. Straight on 3. That's good. Tay Heyer gets the Flyers on the board. Comes right in and makes an instant impact. And it's 8-3. Now Micah Johnson left open for 3. That's off the heel, no good. And the rebound tracked down by Heyer. And now ball deflected out, and it's going to be a turnover on Little Falls in the backcourt. Their third turnover of the game. And Eston Bethel will inbounds for Fergus Falls. 8-3. Otters with the lead, and Bethel comes into Fellstool, far corner. Nolan right-hand drive. He's in the lane, steps through, a little extra step, traveled with it. And it'll be the second Otter turnover on consecutive possessions. And ball inbound in the backcourt to Isaiah Schultz. Bethel with some soft full court pressure here. Into the front court is Schultz. Otters man-to-man defense. Bounce pass high post area. It goes to Romaine. Romaine hands back off to Schultz. 17-footer. He got it. Good little handoff action there. And Isaiah Schultz with the field goal. And it's 8-5. Otters by 3. There's left elbow Gents on the drive. Spins back to his right, back to his left shoulder. Jump hook, no good. Wiedrich offensive rebound. He kicks it back out. It's knocked away. He does get it back. And the Otters recover, and it'll come back out to Wiedrich. And there's a handoff to Fellstool. Over it goes. Johnson, Bethel, Eston for 3. In and out, no good. So the Otters' hot start has seen some shots rim out that look pretty good, but unable to go down. And there's an interception and steal by Bethel. Bethel coast to coast gets the foul. Couldn't get the shot to go, but he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. As Eli Folhart ready to come in, the 6'4 sophomore, had a nice holiday classic for Fergus Falls. He had 8 rebounds in that game against Wahpeton, including a pair of threes. Had 3 threes over those 2 games. Eston Bethel gets his first point of the game. His free throw is good. Folhart is in. Fellstool comes out. And that foul was on John Allen, the 6-foot senior. That was the first foul on Little Falls. Both teams with 1 team foul. And now Kellen Funkhauser is ready to check in. He'll have to wait as Bethel's free throw's off the heel, no good. And Judah Schultz, 8th grader, into the game, gets the rebound. He's one of the top scorers. I don't have the stats for Little Falls, but Coach Ekman told me that Judah Schultz, an 8th grader off the bench, along with Tay Heyer, are some of their top scorers. Otters get the steal with Jacob Gents, and they bring it quickly up the floor. Micah Johnson spinning into the lane, comes back to his left hand, and it's good. Beauty of a move by Micah Johnson. He's got 7 of the Otters' 11, and it's 11-5. Fergus Falls leads on the Park Region scoreboard. 13-10 to play first half. Over in the corner it goes. It's Schultz. Left-hand drive, spins back to his left shoulder. Comes back out to Romaine. Romaine back to Judah Schultz. It's Judah Schultz and Isaiah Schultz on the floor for the Flyers. Judah, now he loses it. Gents wins for the steal. Now he knocks it away. It comes to Heyer. He'll shoot the 17-footer on the baseline. Off the front of the rim, no good. Good rebound. Folhart comes up with it, and he's able to get it to Bethel as he was being double teamed. Here comes Bethel. Eston left to right on the drive, goes up, and there's a blocking foul on Little Falls, and that will send Eston back to the free throw line to shoot 2. Otters looking good and aggressive here in the early going, as that foul was on Tay Heyer, his first, team second. And Eston Bethel with the free throw. That is in and out, no good. As Felstuhl will come back in, Wiedrich will come out. And into the game is Luke Kanopik for Little Falls as Connor New comes out. Otters right now with Bethel, Fullhart, Jentz, Felstuhl, and Johnson as Eston's second free throw. That's no good. And the rebound is tracked down by Kanopik for Little Falls. So a few struggles here for Eston from the free throw line as Little Falls with the basketball on the left side towards the top. Back it goes to the corner. Higher for 3 off the right side of the rim. No good. Tipped by Fullhart and recovered by Bethel. Quickly up the floor to Felstuhl. He'll bring it back out to Eston on the drive. Pivots away from the D. Micah Johnson now. Bounce pass to Jentz just inside the arc, right side. Fullhart. One dribble. 18-foot pull-up. Got it. Eli Fullhart with that frame. Able to get the shot up over the defender. Good look. Knocks it down. 13-5. Otters back up by 8. Matches their biggest lead, which was 8-0 a few moments ago. And in the corner, Johnson knocks it away. Little Falls gets it back. It's Romaine up top. Felstuhl's on him. High post area. Kanopik spinning left, stepping through, stripped, and stolen by Jentz. Some pretty good Otter defenses. Forced 6 Little Falls turnovers in the first 6+ minutes of the game. Johnson top of the key to Bethel. Going to the baseline, driving, pull up, 4-footer, in and out, no good. Jentz the offensive rebound, puts it up, that's no good. Another battle underneath, finally gets it up. He gets it to go. Persistence from Jacob Jentz. A couple rebounds, he finally gets it to go, and the Otters are up by double digits, 15-5, with 11:15 to play in the first half on our Park Region scoreboard. With the ball, it's Isaiah Schultz, loses it, gets it back on the far sideline. Eston's on him closely, over it goes. Now there's going to be a foul up top, a hand check on Eli Fullhart, pressuring Prescott Romaine. And that'll be Eli's first, team second. Funkhauser's in, Bethel comes out. Coming in for Little Falls is Allen and Gauthier as Isaiah Schultz and Romaine come out. 15-5, Otters by 10 on our Park Region scoreboard. Also into the game for the Otters, Isaac Mock, the 6'2 senior, as Jentz comes out. And Little Falls now with the ball. Thinking about the 3 was Judah Schultz, puts it on the floor. Up top now it's Allen, left side on the drive, Higher, cut off on the baseline. Free throw line area, 4 on the shot clock. Higher on the drive, gathers, dishes, corner, 3 wide open. Schultz, it's good. That was a real nice play there by Tay Higher. A lot of times that shot clock is going down, and there's a tendency to just try to get something up as soon as you can. He used all that clock, drove, and found that shooter for the 3, 15-8. Fullhart 3, that's no good. And the rebound picked up by Judah Schultz for Little Falls. And here's Schultz over to Gauthier. Up top, Allen, 3-pointer straight on off the front of the rim, no good. And Micah Johnson able to come up with a rebound. And now Micah, right-hand dribble, back to his left, has it knocked away, heading towards the sideline. It's out of bounds off the Flyers. And the Otters will throw it in front of the Little Falls bench. Quick break for Eston Bethel. He's back in. And Micah Johnson comes out. Felstuhl inbounds into the backcourt to Eston Bethel. Otters with Felstuhl, Bethel, Mock, Funkhauser, and Fullhart. Fullhart gets the pass in the corner. Back to Felstuhl. Mock across to Funkhauser. One dribble right to Eston Bethel. Shot fake. Now on the drive. Steps through. Tough move. Couldn't get it to go. Tipped by Fullhart. Out of bounds. It went off of Schultz. And the Otters will retain possession. Wiedrich is back in. Fullhart comes out. 15-8. Fergus Falls leading Little Falls. Otters trying to get win number 1 on the year. Felstuhl on the inbound, rims out the 3, and there's going to be a rebounding foul on the Otters as Kanopik went up for the rebound. And the foul is going to be on Isaac Mock, his first, team third. See if we can get some scoring updates here tonight as well, too. Of course, a Tuesday night. We were supposed to have Otter girls basketball, the game one of a doubleheader against Sauk Rapids Rice. Sauk Rapids Rice canceled school today with some icy roads and freezing rain, so they weren't able to make the trip. On the drive and going out of bounds on the drive was Judah Schultz. 7 turnovers for Little Falls. Some high-pressure defense there from Eston Bethel. And Jensen is in. Mock comes out. And some full-court pressure being brought on by Gauthier. Well, he'll drop back a little bit here now as the ball comes into Eston Bethel. Man-to-man defense here for Little Falls. It is Fellstuhl. Far side to Wiedrich. Coming up top, Funkhauser. Funkhauser, couple dribbles left, hands it back to Wiedrich. And now Bethel, left to right on the drive. Kicks it over and, drags his pivot foot just a bit. And that'll be turnover number 3 on Fergus Falls. Coming back in is Isaiah Schultz for Little Falls as Tay Heyer comes out. And Little Falls takes the inbounds, trailing the Otters 15-8. It's 8th grader Judah Schultz, 6'1" with the ball. The high post area, now they dump it down underneath, unable to handle the pass, goes out of bounds off of Schultz. And another turnover. They're plaguing the Flyers here in the early going. We're just past the halfway mark of the first half. 15-8, Otters by 7. Funkhauser with it, bounce pass to Jentz. Over to Bethel, right side. Here's Eston on the drive, steps through, bank shot good. That was good control, body control around the basket by Eston, his first field goal of the game. He's got 3, and it's 17-8. Otters up by 9. Biggest lead has been 10. They swing it over. Allen to the baseline, back out to Isaiah Schultz. Left-hand drive, loses his balance, but there's going to be a foul on the drive, and it's going to be on Fellstuhl. That's Nolan's first, team 4th. No player with more than 1 foul yet. As Fullhart and Johnson are back in, Fellstuhl, Funkhauser come out. 8:27 to play in the first half as Little Falls inbounds to Isaiah Schultz. Takes one dribble, picks it up, comes back out to Gauthier. He'll shoot the 3. That's off the heel. Battle for the board, tipped around, and Jentz comes up with rebound number 5 of the game. Gets it to Johnson. And here comes Micah. Backdoor cut right to Eston Bethel. Layup is good. Good communication and a great lead pass by Johnson. Smart cut by Bethel. And Eston's got 5, biggest lead of the game here now for the Otters at 19-8. There's the 3 on the other side, is no good by Allen. Long offensive rebound, though, goes to Isaiah Schultz, to Judah Schultz, back to Isaiah. High arcing 3 off the front of the rim, no good. And it is out of bounds. It went off of Little Falls as Allen tipped it away from Fullhart from behind. And substitutions come in. Great start for the Otters on both sides. Only giving up 8 points here in the first 10-plus minutes of the game. And here's Eston Bethel, right-hand drive, hands off to Fullhart. And Fullhart to Micah Johnson. Micah back to Fullhart. And over in the corner, it's Wiedrich under the post. Jentz steps into the lane, kicks back out Bethel. Eston step back, he'll fire the 3. It's short, and tracking down the rebound is Romaine for Little Falls. Up the left side of the floor, Gauthier. He's on the wing, swings it back over. Romaine now intercepted by Bethel, who came streaking from the sideline. He'll go up and lay it in for the basket. Eston Bethel now with 7. 9 turnovers for Little Falls. And the Otters lead at 21-8 with 7 minutes to play in the first half. This is their biggest lead of the game. High post area. It's new. Hands off, Allen. Free throw line. Over it goes. Right wing, Gauthier for 3 off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound. Romaine gets it. Kicks it out. Allen. Back to Romaine. 3-pointer near side. No good. Flyers struggling to shoot it. Micah Johnson with a rebound. Lead pass. It goes up to Wiedrich. Skip pass. Bethel over in the corner. Fullhart catches. Fire. 3-pointer. No good. Tipped around. Wiedrich with a long weak side board. Back up to Bethel. Eston. Wiedrich, 3-pointer far side, off the glass, no good. Tipped around, good rebound by Jentz, gathers, goes up. Jentz draws the foul, and Jacob Jentz doing some hard work there on the offensive boards. He'll get rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. And the Otters looking sharp, looking They want to get that first win, and they're playing like it here right now. Been so close here. And they have a 13-point lead as the free throws in and out by Gents. 6'4" junior. Gents with 2 points on the night with 6 rebounds. Leads all rebounders. Back in is Tay Heyer for Little Falls as Allen comes out. Next one in the air. That one is good for Gents. He's got 3, 22-8. Otters up with 6:17 to play here in the first half. Man-to-man, Fergus Falls defense. Left-hand drive, Romaine tipped away by Bethel. He's not going to be able to track it down before it goes out. Funkhauser will come back in, and Micah Johnson's out. Otters now Bethel, Funkhauser, Fullhart, Gents, and Wiedrich. As Little Falls inbounds it to Isaiah Schultz. Into the front court he goes. Bounce pass, high post area. Flare screen for Schultz. Thinks about the three. Now they pop it out top. Gothier, three-pointer straight on. That's in and out, no good. And another rebound. Number 7 of the game for Jacob Gents. Lead pass, and that's intercepted. Indecision there from Eston. And it's picked off by Connor New. 4th Otter turnover. Handling the ball. They swing it over left side to Isaiah Schultz. And it goes to Connor New. Backs his way in. Right shoulder turn. Tough left shoulder jump hook. The right shoulder jump hook, no good. Ball deflected all the way out. It's going to be a foul on Little Falls going for the basketball as Gents got it. And that'll be on Owen Gothier, his first team 4th. And Mock is back in. Gents comes out. 22-8. Otters with a 14-point lead. 5.5 minutes to play in the first half. 7-0 run the Otters are on right now. Funkhauser dribbles free throw line area. Knocked away. Gets it back. Fullhart near side. Up top Wiedrich. Now there's going to be a foul away from the ball on Fergus Falls. And it's going to be on Kellen Funkhauser. So his first personal 5th team foul. 5th turnover on the Otters. And Bethel and Fullhart will come out. Micah Johnson is back in. Nolan Fellstool back in. And it is Isaiah Schultz handling the basketball coming into the front court. Far wing, it goes to Gothier. Back to Schultz. Micah Johnson guarding him. Good pressure defense by the Otters here tonight. Spinning in the lane. Ball knocked away. Stolen as Wiedrich comes up with a ball. Double-digit turnovers here for Little Falls with 10 as Wiedrich free throw line. Jump stop. Comes back out Fellstool. Nolan dribbles left hand over to Funkhauser. Across it goes to Mock. Back out Wiedrich. And Cam Wiedrich spins back towards the lane to Mock. Over it goes to Johnson. Micah 2 dribbles left. Now there's going to be another foul. And it's going to be away from the ball. Maybe a moving screen on Isaac Mock. His second. 6th turnover on the Otters. Those 2 turnovers, the last 2 possessions have been on some moving screens. Sometimes as a coach too, you tell your team, you're trying to teach them to set good screens. Hey, if you're moving fine, at some point we want to make sure we find those screens. But they're calling it here right now, so the Otters got to be a bit careful on some of the making sure they're set on those screens. Now Little Falls with the ball. They kick it back out. It goes to Gothier. Backs his way in. It comes all the way out to Connor New, dribbling towards the baseline. 10 on the shot clock, turning the corner, higher, pull-up jumper. That's no good from 15 feet. Tipped around, Fellstool with a rebound for the Otters. Up it goes to Wiedrich, back to Fellstool, over to Johnson. Approaching the 4-minute mark here in the first half. And Micah Johnson pull-up 13-footer, just short off the front of the rim. Tipped by Mock, but recovered by the Flyers and Prescott Romaine, his 4th rebound of the game to lead Little Falls. Front court action, left-hand drive. Over it goes to Romaine. Couple dribbles left, pull up, dumps it underneath. Micah Johnson anticipates and steals. Here comes Micah now, right side to Wiedrich. Back to Micah underneath. Funkhauser, little 4-footer, doesn't get the roll, and the rebound picked up by New. Good look, good pass, good cut by Funkhauser. Just couldn't get the shot to go on the drive over in the corner. Romaine 3-pointer, that's off the heel. Tipped out, diving to go get it, but unable to get there in time was Gothier, and the Otters will get the ball back. Defense has been tough for the Otters. I don't know how long Little Falls has been on 8, but it's been quite a while, and Otters will bring in 3 new players as Funkhauser, Mock, and Wiedrich come out. Bethel's back in, Jensen and Fullhart back in, along with Micah Johnson and Nolan Fellstool. Johnson bounce pass, high post area, it's Jentz. Fakes the pass, hands off to Micah. Over it goes to Fullhart, top of the key, Fellstool catches, fires, three-pointer, good, no hesitation there from Fellstool. He's got a pair of threes. Give Fullhart the assist. And it's a 10-0 run for the Otters, 25-8. And now Little Falls will be in the bonus after the foul, a little push in the back on Eli Fullhart. So that will send Connor New to the line for the 1-and-1. John Allen back in for Little Falls. Romaine comes out. And Connor New, first free throws of the night for Little Falls. Connor New looking for his first point. Free throws up and good. That'll end the Otter run at 10. And then it's 25-9. Lefty free throw up. That's off the heel, no good. And Bethel with the rebound for Fergus Falls. Over it goes to Nolan Fellstool. And Nolan jogs it into the front court. Near side to Eston Bethel. Bounce pass to Jentz. Over it goes to Johnson. Straight on. Fellstool open again for 3. In and out, no good. Halfway down. And the rebound tracked down by John Allen for Little Falls. 2:35 to play first half. 25-9. Otters by 16. Top of the key. Fake left going right. Gauthier. Little runner. And that's a good shot by Gauthier. His first field goal. 25-11. Fergus Falls by 14. And on the drive is Bethel. Pivots back away, comes out to Fullhart. Johnson all the way it goes to Fellstool. He takes the baseline, comes back out to Jentz. Now Micah Johnson probing his way to the baseline. A good drive there by Micah. Good patience at the beginning of that drive, trying to see how it all played out and then accelerated at the end, and a good floating shot. Micah's got 9 points to lead all scorers in the game. Otters back up by 16. It's 27-11 on the baseline. They skip it across. Here's Tay Heyer. Backs his way into the lane, tipped away, stripped, stolen by Fullhart. Here comes lead pass. Bethel steps through, layup is good. Otters playing some great basketball here tonight. Bethel now with 9. And 29-11, the 18-point lead, the biggest the Otters have had in this game. Heyer swings it over near side in the corner. It's Judah Schultz, guarded by Fellstool. Couple dribbles right. Now turning the corner in the lane. Gathers, goes up. Tough off-balance shot is good. Now Judah Schultz, he had to earn that one. Pressure defense. Quick lead, pass up the floor. Jentz goes up to get it in traffic, spinning away, and it's going to be a traveling violation on Jentz. 7th Otter turnover. 29-13, Fergus Falls leading by 16. Cam Wiedrich is back in. Fullhart comes out. And full court pressure applied by the Otters. They get it into Tay Heyer. And into the front court now is Judah Schultz, being guarded closely by Micah Johnson. And here is Schultz with it, looking to get the offense going. Gets it to Heyer. 2 dribbles left. Back it goes, now losing his balance, falling to the floor, and kicking it is New. And that kick might have saved Little Falls from the Otters having a breakaway basket. But it will be a turnover in any event, a dead ball turnover now. 13th Little Falls turnover. Romaine back in, Heyer comes out. And Micah Johnson brings it into the front court, hands it off to Wiedrich, over to Fellstool, across to Bethel. Bethel to Fellstool, left-hand drive, back to Bethel. Here comes Eston stepping through, left-hand shot, good left-hand finish by Eston. Little 5-foot floater, and he's now in double digits to lead all scorers with 11, and it's 31-13. 18-point Otter lead. Isaiah Schultz over goes in the corner to the baseline, back out. It comes to Schultz, right-hand drive. Isaiah Schultz blocked by Bethel, gets his own rebound. Now back out it goes. 20 seconds to play in the half. About a 4-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. On the drive, good tough move, good finish by John Allen, his first basket. 31-15, Otters got 8 seconds here to work with as Micah Johnson into the front court. Micah dribbles right, comes to Bethel. Eston fires the 3, it's off the heel, no good. Tipped by Jentz, but that'll be the buzzer sounding in the end of the first half. And it was a great first half for the Fergus Falls Otters as they really controlled things on both ends of the floor. Really impressive pressure man-to-man defense, forcing 13 Little Falls turnovers. And lead at 31-15 here at the half on our Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard. So we are going to, before we take a break, let's hear from Running Stitches. Running Stitches Embroidery, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. So we will take a timeout, and we'll be back with our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report here from Kennedy Secondary School Gold Gymnasium in Fergus Falls. Great first half for the Fergus Falls Otter boys. They lead Little Falls 31-15 at the half. We'll be back with our Minnesota Motor halftime report in just a moment.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back here to the Gold Gym in Fergus Falls. Great half for the Otter boys, trying to get win number 1 on the season, and they played some great basketball here in the first half. 31-15, they lead it. It was powered by their defense, high pressure defense, forcing 13 Little Falls turnovers. And the Otters got good looks offensively, even when they had maybe a few runs where the offense dried up a little bit. I thought they were getting good looks. Shots were going halfway down and popping back out. Otters got off to a great start. They led 8-0, got the first 8 points of the game. In fact, it was a couple threes to really set the tone and the momentum for Fergus Falls right off the bat. Nolan Fellstool. We were just talking about with Matt on the pregame show, you know, how confident Nolan is shooting the ball. What a quick release he has, confidence and great looking shot. And he got the Otters going right off the bat with a 3. Then Micah Johnson came back on the next possession with a 3. And just like that, the Otters are up 6-0. Little Falls used a timeout 1 minute and 1 second into the game. And the Otters really didn't look back defensively. High pressure, man-to-man defense. And even though the Otters committed 7 fouls in the first half, no one with more than 2 fouls. In fact, Isaac Mock and Eli Fullhart, the only 2 players with 2 fouls. Little Falls only has 1 player with more than 1 field goal. That's 8th grader Judah Schultz, who's got a 3 and a 2. But the Otters led 8-0. Then Little Falls got 5 in a row. And it was the score was it was 15-8 is where it was at one point. Then the Otters went on a 10-0 run, and Little Falls just was stuck on that 8-point spot for a good portion where the defense, they couldn't get shots to go, but at the same token, Otters were pressuring the basketball, getting Little Falls out of their comfort zone. And Fergus Falls led by as many as 18. They led 29-11. Little Falls got 4 of the last 6, but it's 31-15 at the half here on our Park Region scoreboard. This is our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. We'll take another break. I've been trying to keep up with some of the stats, some scoring, rebound, assists. We'll come back with that after this. This is Otter Boys basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF, streaming live on the Fergus Now app and also streaming to watch on the KBRF YouTube station. Back with more Otter Boys basketball after this.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Back here at Fergus Falls High School, Kennedy Secondary Gold Gymnasium, and it's our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. Got the Backcourt Club 6th grade putting on a show here for the fans here at the half. Otter varsity team, great first half. They lead at 31-15 on our Park Region scoreboard. Let's take a look at some of the stats here from this first half of play. We'll start with the Otters. They're led by Essen Bethel. Essen, the only player in double figures with 11 points in the game. Micah Johnson close behind with 9. Nolan Felstu a pair of threes for 6. Jacob Jentz has 3 points for Fergus Falls, and Eli Fullhart with 2. I got Jentz leading the Otters with 8 rebounds in the game. 4 rebounds for Cameron Wiedrich. And on the assists, I got Micah Johnson with 2 and Eli Fullhart with 2 assists as well. For Little Falls, Judah Schultz leading with 5 points. 3 points for Tay Heyer. 2 points apiece for John Allen, Isaiah Schultz, and Owen Gothier. And 1 point for Connor New. On the boards for Little Falls, Prescott Romaine with 4 to lead Little Falls, 3 for Isaiah Schultz, and no flyer with more than 1 assist in the first half. Otters lead the battle of the boards 21-16. 13 turnovers for Little Falls, 7 for Fergus Falls. Fergus Falls with 13 field goals in the first half, 3 of those from behind the arc, 2 for Felstuhl, and 1 for Johnson. And the Otters are 2 for 6 from the line. Only 6 field goals in the first half for Little Falls. 2 of them from behind the arc, 1 for Heyer and 1 for Schultz. And the Flyers are 1 for 2 from the line. The Otters took the lead early. They have never trailed, leading at 31-15 at the half. So we'll take one final quick break, and we'll be back to wrap up our Minnesota Motor halftime report, have second half action after this. This is Otter Boys basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
And welcome back as our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report will come to a close. And we're ready for the second half. Minnesota Motor, they're located on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. Underway, 31-15. Otter Boys up on Little Falls. Little Falls with the basketball inside. They come back out to Allen. One dribble left, top of the key, straight on. Three-pointer is up, rims out, no good by Connor New, and Felstool tracks down the rebound for the Otters. Here comes Eston Bethel, left-hand drive all the way to the hoop. Layup doesn't get it to go. And it is Romaine with a rebound, his 5th of the game to lead Little Falls. Over on the near side in front of the Flyer bench, it's Allen back up. They swing it from side to side. Now it's on the far side with Isaiah Schultz. He'll let the 3 go. Off the heel, good box out by Micah Johnson, and he gets the rebound. Here's Bethel quickly up the floor. Wiedrich, baseline drive, trying to step back. Does get it back out to Johnson. And here's Micah over to Felstool. Near side, Wiedrich, back to Micah Johnson. And Micah Johnson, over it goes. Now Little Falls changing up to a 2-3 zone. Bethel, right side 3, off the front of the rim. Curls around and gets the roll. Eston now with 14 to lead all scores. Micah Johnson with 3 assists. Otters their biggest lead of the game, 34-15. It's a 19-point lead, 16:40 to play in the game. Post entry stolen by Wiedrich. Here comes Cameron Wiedrich. Over the timeline. Over it goes to Micah Johnson. And Johnson right to left, up to Felstool. Nolan straight on, 3-pointer, in and out, no good. Tipped by Gents, tracked down by Wiedrich. Tell you, when Felstool, when he misses, they're halfway down every time, it seems like. As Bethel, 3-pointer right side. Eston hits the 3. Another assist for Micah Johnson. And the Otters are up now by 22 at 37-15. And they got, well, just like the start of the game, started off the game with 2 threes. They started off the second half with 2 threes. And we're 2 minutes in, and it's a 22-point lead. Right-hand drive. Isaiah Schultz goes up and stripped by Wiedrich. Goes off of Wiedrich. And Little Falls will inbound. Henning leading at Sabika 44-19. Parker's Prairie up on Battle Lake at the half in boys basketball 40-35. And in girls basketball, Hillcrest leading at Border West up big 43-9. That's at the half in girls basketball. We got some other scores hopefully to find maybe in our post-game show. There's a little back cut floater over the basket, no good by Romaine, and Wiedrich with his 6th rebound of the game for the Otters. Wiedrich left side, Micah Johnson. Felstool in the corner, way up top. Bethel didn't know it was coming. He does track it down. And here's Micah Johnson, uses the ball screen. He's left open, 3-pointer up off the right side of the glass, no good. And the rebound tracked down by Allen for Little Falls. The right side. Gauthier, they swing it over. It's over in the far corner. Romaine across Gauthier, catches, fires, 3-pointer, no good. Goes up, touches the shot clock, out of bounds, and the Otters will get it. Now that Otter defense tonight only gave up 6 first-half field goals, 15 points, and they haven't given up any points here in the first 3 minutes of the second half. And Micah Johnson comes to Felstool all the way across to Bethel. And Micah Over to Nolan Felstool, left open, three-pointers open, that's no good. Good weak side board though by Bethel. Eston kicks it back out to Micah Johnson. And here's Johnson over to Bethel. Eston, three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Weak side board is there by Allen, and he is fouled. And that foul goes to Cameron Wiedrich. Wiedrich, his first, that's the first foul of the second half. 14:41 to play. Otters up 37-15. Otter girls game was canceled, or postponed, I should say, tonight with Sauk Rapids Rice. Central Lakes Conference supposed to be a doubleheader tonight, but Sauk Rapids Rice with poor weather canceled classes and couldn't travel today. Little Falls does break the full court pressure, but now they throw it away into the hands of Micah Johnson. 15 Little Falls turnovers. Here's Felstool, skips it across Bethel into the post gents. Back out Johnson. Micah on the baseline, drives, gathers right to the hoop, couldn't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line as he was bumped on the head as he went up. And John Allen gets his second, team first for Little Falls. And Micah Johnson with his first trip to the free throw line tonight. And it is in the air. That's off the heel and no good. A lot of substitutes on both sides. Fullhart is in. Wiedrich comes out. Judah Schultz is in. Tay Heyer is in. As Allen and Gothier comes out. Funkhauser is waiting to check in if Micah Johnson makes the free throw. He does not, so Funkhauser will have to wait. The rebound goes to Connor New for Little Falls. New with it. Over it goes. Isaiah Schultz. Curling towards the lane. Judah Schultz. Going to be a foul on the Otters. A push on Micah Johnson. Micah picks up his first, team second. Funkhauser's in. Johnson comes out. Almost 4 minutes in, still no points in the second half for Little Falls. Only 15 here in the game. And as they inbound, comes way up top to Isaiah Schultz. Over goes to Judah Schultz. All the way across now in the near side corner. Tay Heyer. Isaiah Schultz working against Bethel. Left-hand drive in the lane. Looks, turns, steps through. Good little move. In and out, no good. That was a good move halfway down. Comes out, and Fullhart with the Otter rebound. Here's Felstool. All the way across. Funkhauser catches, fires. Three-pointer is good by Kellen Funkhauser. Good pass by Felstool. Kellen was ready to catch and knock it down. And it's a 25-point Otter lead. Timeout here called by Little Falls. We're going to take a Lake Region Healthcare timeout, and we'll be back with more Otter basketball right after this.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
The Lake Region Healthcare timeout. 40-15. Otters in total control. Just playing great basketball. A 9-0 run to start the second half to build a 16-point lead to 25. As this is a Lake Region Healthcare timeout, and Little Falls will have the basketball. Another scoring update. Hillcrest leading at the half in boys basketball over Brandon Evansville. They're at home 53-35. A lot of points in that one. Comets up by 18 at the half there. Little Falls with the basketball over on the far side in the corner. Heyer in the middle, going up and drawing the foul. Going up is Judah Schultz in the post. And free throws coming here for Little Falls. As that foul is on Eston Bethel, his second, team third. Micah Johnson getting ready to check back in. Schultz, who leads the Flyers with 5 points in the game. And his first trip to the line. Free throw's good. That's the first point of the second half for Little Falls. As it's now 40-16. Johnson is in. And Bethel comes out. Bethel leads all scorers in the game with 17. Couple threes to kickstart the Otters in the second half. In fact, the 3 field goals the Otters have in the second half are 3-point field goals. As Schultz makes the second one, he's got 7. And it's 40-17. Otters with the lead. Fellstool near side, Micah Johnson. Into the post, Gents. He turns to face the basket. Right-hand dribble, curling toward the lane. Steps back through, puts it up. A little too strong off the glass. And the rebound picked up. Now it's tipped by Jensen. Jacob gets it right under the hoop for the basket. So the rebound was controlled by Romaine. Gents stuck with it, tipped it away, got the turnover, the steal, and laid it in for 2. On the drive at the other end, the shot no good by Gauthier. And Fellstool with the rebound for the Otters. Quickly up the floor. Johnson, Funkhauser, Kellen wants another 3. That's no good. Ball goes over the basket and out. And Little Falls will get it. 42-17, Otters by 25. Isaac Mock back in. Gents coming out after that great play in the backcourt, a steal and a bucket. And Little Falls now comes into the front court. Gauthier, over it goes to Heyer. Now on the drive, Judah Schultz goes, steps up, tough shot, no good. And Johnson with the Otter rebound. Up the left side, Funkhauser dishes to Mock. 1 dribble in the lane, back out to Fullhart. And now the Otters will set it up with Micah Johnson. It's a ball screen from Mock, comes back to Fellstool. Far corner, Fullhart. Over to Micah. Back to Eli Fullhart. And comes back to Johnson, and now there's some jockeying for position with Mock and New, and the foul is going to be called on Connor New. First personal on New, second team foul. Wiedrich back in for the Otters. Fellstool will come out. Luke Kanopik is back in as New comes out. And Wiedrich will inbound. Comes into Micah Johnson in the corner. Micah catches, fires. That's short. Might have been partially blocked, I think, by Schultz. And the rebound comes to Kanopik for Little Falls. Under 12 minutes to play now in the game. Otters in control. They lead at 42-17 on our Park Region scoreboard. Judah Schultz dribbling back out of the corner. Otters man-to-man defense. It's been such an effective man-to-man defense all night. And now there is a foul called on Isaac Mock. Hand check, his third. First player of the game with 3 fouls. Mock and Funkhauser will come out. Gents and Bethel are back in. And inbounding with Judah Schultz in front of his own coaching staff near side. All the way towards the far backcourt. It comes into Owen Gauthier. Swings it back to Schultz. That's Judah Schultz. There's Judah and Isaiah Schultz. Judah's the only Schultz on the floor right now for the Flyers. On the drive, scoops up the tough shot, curls it around, and gets it a go. That's a creative left-hand finish for Judah Schultz. He's got 9. 42-19 Bethel dishes. Nice pass underneath. Fullhart goes up, draws the foul. There's some quick athleticism by Bethel, and he was able to get it to Fullhart, and nothing Little Falls could do except foul. So that foul was on Tay Heyer, his second, team third, and Fullhart's free throw rims out, no good. Otters have struggled from the line tonight. They're only 2 for 9 from the line, so that's been the one down point. Everything else has been fantastic. As a few subs for Little Falls. Allen is back in. Free throw by Fullhart. That one's good. 3 for Eli Fullhart to go along with 3 rebounds and a pair of assists. 43-19, Otters by 24, 11-10 to play in the game. And the Flyers right to left on the dribble. Isaiah Schultz just checked in as well. Across it comes Judah Schultz. Step back, 3-pointer in the air, off the heel. Good high rebound there by Kanopik. Another shot is no good, tipped around, and Gents with his 9th rebound of the game for the Otters. Here comes Micah Johnson. Driving, steps through, kicks out Wiedrich. Up top, Bethel, Eston straight on for 3. It's good. Good passing there by the Otters. Micah drove, drew the defense, kicked to Wiedrich, and a great job by Cam Wiedrich making that extra pass and finding Eston Bethel, who now has 3 threes in the second half, matching his average at 20 points. And now the ball deflected, out of bounds off the Flyers. Another turnover. Otters get it back. Otters have their biggest lead of the game at 46-19, 27-point lead. Matt Johnson talked about, Otters have come up short in the win column here this year, staying the course and not trying to do too much. Well, they've come out with a great performance here tonight, staying the course and doing it with, they're doing some good things offensively. Their defense has just been impressive tonight. On the drive, Micah Johnson over in the corner, low pass. Fullhart comes up with it. Now here's Bethel, 8 to shoot, curling around in the lane. His little jumper is short, and the rebound tracked down by Judah Schultz for Little Falls. And Schultz spinning left, curling towards the lane, step through, goes up, bank shot good. Judah Schultz now in double figures with 11, and it's 46-21. Otters up big. Schultz was 6 of his 11 here in the second half. And Bethel, right-hand drive, steps through, dishes Wiedrich to the baseline, pivots away from the D, comes back out to Johnson. And here's Micah over to Eston Bethel, bounce pass underneath to Gents, left shoulder turn, comes back right shoulder, back to the left shoulder, layup is good, he draws the foul. And there's some nice footwork. Well, you could hear the call there, right shoulder, right, back and forth, and he has been impressive with his footwork as he gets the and one. And Gents now with 7 in the game. The foul was on Luke Kanapik, his first team fourth, but yeah, Jacob Gents, he's got some nice footwork in the post, really used it to good effect there. The free throw doesn't go, and the rebound comes to Connor Posterick, who checked into the game for the first time for Little Falls. And over it goes Judah Schultz in the corner now. Isaiah Schultz, left-hand drive on the baseline across to Posterick. Lets the 3 go. That's no good. Weak side board goes to Micah Johnson for the Otters. Here's Bethel, dumps it underneath, and it goes off of Jensen's hands and out. A turnover of the game. Otters are going to use a timeout. And we will take a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. All Fergus Falls in this one, leading 48-21 with 8:53 to play in the game. We'll be back with more Otter Boys basketball in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Back here, it's a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Otter Boys up big, 48-21. 8:53 to play in the game. Running Stitches, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. Otter Girls hockey team in action. We'll try to get an update on that one. They're hosting Sartell Sauk Rapids Rice tonight over at the community arena. So get an update. Hopefully get an update here in just a bit. Little Falls with the basketball. Otters up big, 48-21 on the drive. Good drive. A little double clutch finish there is good by Isaiah Schultz. He's got 4 now in the game. Otters quickly up the floor. Bethel right to left on the drive. Jumps up, kicks it back out, deflected by Allen, but Fellstool has it over to Bethel. Eston knocks down the 3. Good pass by Fellstool to find him. And Eston now with 4 second half threes, and he leads all scorers with 23 in the game. Eston finding that 3-point range here in the second half. Otters by 28, 3-pointer in the corner, and an answer there was good, as that was Isaiah Schultz. Couple buckets in a row for Isaiah Schultz. He's got 7, and there's a floater on the baseline, no good by Fellstool. Tipped around, good rebound by Jensen. He's fouled. He's just had a few in this one where he has outworked the opposition. And Jents now with 10 rebounds to lead all rebounders. That foul was on Judah Schultz, his first, team 5th. Jaden Roush into the game for the first time for Little Falls. Bethel will inbound, bounce pass tipped, but Fellstool comes up with it. Wiedrich to Johnson. Otters with their original starting lineup on the floor at the moment. Bounce pass comes to Gents, faces the basket towards the baseline, spins, tipped away, knocked loose. He gets it back. 7 to shoot for the Otters. Micah Johnson to Bethel. Eston again for 3, and Eston with 5 threes in the second half. And he is feeling it, and he's got 26 in the game with 7:25 to play. Otters back up by 28 at 54-26. There's going to be a blocking foul on Bethel. His third and team 5th. Funkhauser back in. Johnson comes out. And Judah Schultz inbounding. Comes into Posteric, top of the key, Isaiah Schultz. Right hand drive, steps through, off balance, but is fouled, and he'll get to the line to shoot 2. And that foul is on Jacob Gents. First personal, 6-team foul. Isaiah Schultz, first time to the line. He's got 7 points in the game, 3 rebounds. He's a 6-foot junior for Little Falls. Free throws up and rims around, no good. Eli Fullhart is back in. Wiedrich will come out. Otters' next action will be Thursday at home against Alexandria. And we'll have coverage right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Nick Keel will have the call in that one. Also streaming live on the Fergus Now app and on the KBRF YouTube station. Second free throw by Schultz is good. He's got 8, 54-27. Otters have doubled up the Flyers here tonight as more subs come in for Little Falls. As Bethel into the front court, over to Fullhart, way back up top to Felstool, to Funkhauser, ball screen, little pick and roll action with Gents. Now comes back to Bethel, step back, Felstool open, Nolan catches fire, 3-pointer is good. 3 threes on the night for Felstool, who has 9 points, give Bethel the assist. And it's 57-27, Otters' biggest lead of the game at 30, 6:45 to play. Underneath, Isaiah Schultz, couple dribbles in the lane, offensive foul, leaned in to try to gain some ground on Gents. And that'll be the 18th Little Falls turnover. Schultz first personal, 16 foul. Tay Heyer is back in. Isaiah Schultz will come out. Micah Johnson's going to come back in. And Eston Bethel will come out. What a shooting display by Eston here in the second half. 5 threes and 26 points for the game. In fact, in the second half, the Otters have 7 threes and 2 twos. They've been shooting the lights out, and Eston, obviously a huge part of that. They inbound, and here's Micah Johnson. Into the front court, over to Funkhauser. Right-hand drive, step through. Kellen Funkhauser with the basket. He's got 5 second-half points. Good drive by Funkhauser, and it's 59-27. We're at 6:23 to play. Right-hand drive, Goffier, over it goes. Posteric, he'll catch and fire. Nothing but net there on the 3. Goffier the assist. The 4th 3 of the game for Little Falls. Micah Johnson on the drive. Tough drive. Gets to the hoop, puts it off the glass for 2. Micah now in double figures with 11. And it's 61-30. Otters with the lead. Over in the corner now. It's Heyer. Couple dribbles right, comes back up behind the arc, skips it across Posteric. He wants another 3, and it's back-to-back threes by Posteric, who's now got 6, 61-33. And it's a timeout. We'll take a Lake Region Healthcare timeout and back with more Otter basketball in just a moment.
Are you looking at your vehicle thinking that it could use a little upgrade? Get top dollar for your trade-in at Minnesota Motor Company. Why trade in now? You will maximize your trade-in value with a fair and accurate appraisal and can use your trade-in value as a credit towards your next vehicle, possibly lowering your monthly payments. Contact the sales team at Minnesota Motor Company for a free, no-obligation trade-in appraisal.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
That's a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. All Otters here with 5:44 to play. 61-33. Fergus Falls leading Little Falls on our Park Region scoreboard. And Nolan Felstool into the front court. Otters with Gents Johnson, Fullhart, Fellstool, and Funkhauser. Over goes Fellstool. And Fullhart, Funkhauser. Kellen wants another three. That's off the left side of the rim, no good. And it's Gauthier with the rebound for Little Falls. Up the floor, hesitation move. Tough floating shot, no good. Another rebound, number 11 for Gents. He gets it to Micah Johnson. And going for the steals, Gauthier. Johnson gets by him, over to Fullhart, back to Micah. And here is Fellstool. Left-hand dribble, back to his right to Fullhart. Eli Fullhart back to Fellstool in front of the Otter bench near side. Funkhauser hands off to Johnson. Micah. Fellstool catches, fires three off the heel. Tipped by Fullhart. Recovered way up top by Micah Johnson. Good job there by Eli Fullhart to keep it alive. Fellstool floater from 6 feet. And Nolan Fellstool, he's in double figures with 11. Otters now with 3 players in double figures behind Bethel's 26. Fellstool and Johnson with 11. Otters back up by 30 at 63-33. Romaine, top of the key, couple dribbles left, back out. Gauthier for three, and Owen Gauthier hits the three. He's got 5 now in the game. 63-36, pass up the floor, tipped away, but it has come back and recovered by Funkhauser. Otters evade a turnover there. Lob pass over, it goes to Fellstool. And now Fellstool dribbles back up, comes to Micah Johnson. Over it goes to Gents. Top of the key, Gauthier goes for the steal, now hands it off to Johnson. 2 dribbles to his left. Back out Fellstool. On near side to Johnson. We're now at 7 to shoot for the Otters. Fellstool catches, fires, three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. And here's Gents. Another rebound for Jacob Gents. He's got a dozen. Funkhauser, left-hand drive, dumps underneath. Nice pass, layup, good for Gents. Good job there. Funkhauser, the nice drive, delivers the assist. And Gents now with 9. He's a point away from a double-double. Pull-up three, Gauthier. Hard off the glass, no good. And Fullhart with the rebound for Fergus Falls. And Johnson over to Fellstool, far corner. Fullhart, Funkhauser, Gents. Every Otter touching the ball as it swings from side to side. And Fullhart, as we're now at the 3-minute mark to play in the game. Here's Gents going towards the baseline, spins back. Up it goes, Fellstool. Nolan on the drive, comes back out to Johnson. Funkhauser, 7 to shoot. Back out Johnson, over to Funkhauser. Kellen lets the three go. It's short, tipped. Fullhart comes up with the ball, but it is going to be a 24-second violation as the ball never touched the rim. Only the 9th turnover of the game for the Otters. Substitutions for Fergus Falls. Wiedrich, Mock, Bethel are back in as Fellstool, Gents, and Funkhauser come out. Joel Nelson is about to check in as well, too. Joel led the JV team tonight with 16 points. Otter JV team fell to Little Falls 46-35 in the game preceding this one. Now Little Falls with it. They've made some subs as well, too. Benjamin Anderson had the ball for a moment. Ball's tipped away and getting it back. Judah Schultz goes up. Good, strong finish there by Judah Schultz. Good 8th grader, that's for sure. He's got 13 now in the game to lead Little Falls. 65-38. Bethel on the drive, goes up. Shot blocked, but he draws the foul. So, and Eston, caught myself, almost did it. I don't think I've called Eston Henry tonight. Almost did there, but Eston will go to the line to shoot 2. What a night he's had. 26 points, 5 threes all in the second half, and that free throw is good. 27 for Eston Bethel. Substitutions for the Otter. John Abrahams is in. And Micaiah Abramson is in for the Otters. Second free throw by Bethel is good. 28 for Eston Bethel. Update the scorebook here. Joel Nelson also checking in for Fergus Falls. We're at 2:06 to play in the game, 67-38. Otters up big. Top of the key, it's Judah Schultz. Catches the three. Hard off the glass, no good. Battle for the board went off of Nelson. It'll stay with Little Falls. Little Falls at home against Piers on Friday, and we mentioned the Otter boys at home against Alexandria. Cardinals in town. Nick Keel will have the play-by-play right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Then the Otters will be on the road on Saturday at Grand Rapids, so they'll hit the road on Saturday. On the drive, spinning, losing balance, and traveling for the Flyers. Got the announcer's nightmare with no number 23 listed. I even got the extra numbers, and 23 wasn't given to me, so it is a turnover on the Flyers. And now the Otters turn it over right back. Their 10th turnover of the game. And it's Benjamin Anderson with the ball. Pull up 15-footer, rims out no good. And underneath, battle for the board between Nelson and Ethan New. And jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Fergus Falls. Owen Thormanson is in for the first time for the Otters. Wiedrich comes out. And then number 15, Nathan Erickson, is in for the Otters. And the Otters have the basketball. Up top, it is Thormanson. Over it goes to Erickson. Nelson in the corner. Abrahams, 1:15 to play. And Erickson spinning in the lane. Kicks it back out. Abrahams catches the three. Abrahams hits the three. Give Erickson the assist. And John Abrahams knocks down the three. And it's 70-38. Good job by John. Feet ready, catch and shoot, knocks it down. And we're inside a minute. The Otters are up by 32. And on the drive, dishing, losing it, going up, and a steal there by Nelson. Here comes Joel Nelson, the freshman. Over to Abrahams. And one dribble left. Now Erickson, right-hand drive, jump stop, stepping through. Off-balance bank shot, no good. And the rebound brought down by Dane Esplin for Little Falls. Up the floor goes to Anderson. And now on the drive, they kick it over in the corner. Ethan New for three. That's no good. Offensive rebound on the other side. Going back up, getting the basket and drawing the foul is Eric Verkulen, who had just checked in as well. And he's in the scorebook for Little Falls. And it's now 70-40. With 21.5 seconds to go. Free throw is in the air. It is good by Verkulen. And the Otters will bring it up here with Micaiah Abramson, and they can just run the clock out here, leading 70-41. And they do turn it over, moving it to the near side. 11 Otter turnovers in the game, so Little Falls will have 10 more seconds to work with. Try to get another bucket here. And on the drive, going up, running shot is no good by the Flyers, and that was by Anderson. Rebound came to Owen Thormanson, and that'll do it. Otters get their first win of the season, and they did it in style. They played great tonight, and they've been playing, like we said, they've been showing a lot of signs of breaking through. They've come close the last three games. Really, only the one game that wasn't competitive was the Detroit Lakes game, and they kind of went through the shock of losing Trenton Drulard to injury during warm-ups and trying to figure that out. And that's one thing the Otters are trying to figure out. But it's kind of culminated. The Otters stayed the course, like Matt said. Really nice win tonight. Their first win of the season, 70-41. Otters win big over Little Falls. Otters are now 1-6 on the season, and Little Falls falls to 2-7. So 70-41, the final. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back with our post-game show. We'll take a Lake Region Healthcare timeout, and we'll come back with our post-game report in just a moment. Fergus Falls 70, Little Falls 41, and back with our post-game show after this.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
And we're back here with our post-game show. That was a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Big win for the Otters, 70-41, the final score on our Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard. Well, Running Stitches Embroidery, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. And Otters' big win, 70-41, and they took charge right off the bat. You could see it in their eye, just the competitive nature. They were hungry for that first win. They came out and hit back-to-back threes. Nolan Fellstool set the tone, knocked a three down quickly. Micah Johnson came down next possession. And Little Falls called timeout, 1 minute and 1 second in, down 6-0 after those two threes. Otters led 8-0. Then Little Falls got the next 5 points of the game, got within 3, and that was as close as they'd get for the rest of the night. Otters were up 15-8. They went on a 10-0 run and extended that lead to 17. They led by as many as 18 in the first half and went to halftime up 31-15. It was the defense, the man-to-man pressure defense, pretty suffocating. Little Falls didn't shoot the ball well either. Some of the shots that they had, they weren't able to get it down, but the Otters really got them out of their comfort zone, played hard every single possession, and defensively really did the job. They forced 13 first-half turnovers for the Flyers, and so Little Falls had more than 2 times as many turnovers as they did field goals in the first half. They only had 6 first-half field goals and 15 points. Otters led 31-15 at the half. Then if there was any doubt, Otters come back out just like the first half. The first 2 baskets were threes. This time Eston Bethel heated up in a major way. He had 2 threes to start off the half. Then Kellen Funkhauser hit one, and it was a 9-0 run to start the half. And the 16-point lead the Otters had ballooned to 25. Otters continued on. They led by as many as 32 and ending up winning tonight 70-41 on our Park Region scoreboard, the final score. So let's take a look at my unofficial stats here in this game tonight. Leading all scorers, Eston Bethel. And Eston was on fire from behind the arc in the second half. He had 5 threes in the second half, 28 points in the game for the 5'10 sophomore guard. Also in double figures for the Otters, Nolan Fellstool had 11, and Micah Johnson also had 11. Nolan with 3 threes in the game. And I had Jacob Jentz 1 point shy of a double-double. He had 9 points to go along with his 12 rebounds in the game. And then it was 5 points for Kellen Funkhauser. Kellen some nice minutes for the Otters off the bench. 3 points for Eli Fullhart and 3 points for John Abrahams. And it was Gents on the boards, as I mentioned a moment ago, with 12 rebounds to lead all rebounders in this game. 6 rebounds for Cameron Wiedrich, 6 rebounds for Micah Johnson, and 5 rebounds in the game for Eli Fullhart. And on the assists, I have Micah Johnson with 5 in the game and 3 for Nolan Fellstuhl. And 2 for Eli Fullhart, leading leaders in the assist column, I should say, for Fergus Falls. For Little Falls, they had one player in double figures, 13 for 8th grader Judah Schultz. He had 8 of those in the second half. It was 8 points for Isaiah Schultz, 6 for Connor Posterik with a pair of 3s in the second half, 5 for Owen Gothier, 3 apiece for Tay Heyer and Eric Verkulen, 2 for John Allen and 1 for Connor New. On the boards, it was Prescott Romaine leading Little Falls with 6 rebounds, 4 rebounds for Luke Kanapik. And then with the assists, I had 2 assists for Prescott Romaine and 2 assists for Tay Heyer. Otters, I had doing a great job on the boards, 42-28 was the total there. Dominant 14 rebound edge. Also a huge advantage in the turnover column, 11 for Fergus Falls, 20 for Little Falls. Fergus Falls 27 field goals in the game, 11 of those from 3. So the Otters really shot it. 5 threes for Bethel, 3 for Fellstuhl, and it was 1-3 each for Micah Johnson, Kellen Funkhauser, and John Abrahams. And the Otters did struggle. The one area they struggled tonight was from the free throw line. They were 5 for 12 from the line. Little Falls only 15 field goals in the game, 6 from behind the arc, 2 threes for Connor Posterik, and then 1-3 each for Judah Schultz, Isaiah Schultz, Owen Gothier, and Tay Heyer. Little Falls was 5 of 7 from the line. Otters got the first bucket of the game. They never trailed, led the whole way on their way to the 70-41 victory here tonight. It's our post-game show, and we're going to take one final timeout. When we come back, we're going to name our Quality Player of the Game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Otters get win number 1 on the season. They defeat Little Falls 70-41, and we'll be back with our Quality Player of the Game after this.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
And we're back here, our post-game show. Otter boys win big tonight over Little Falls, 70-41. And it's time to name our Quality Player of the Game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. And Lake Country Graphics is your apparel source for personalized printed or embroidered clothing and accessories. Go to yourapparelsource.com/Lake Country Graphics. That's Lake Country Graphics in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027. That's 998-4027. A lot of Otters played great in a game like this where they controlled the whole way. But tonight our Quality Player of the Game is Eston Bethel. What a shooting exhibition he put on, the 5'10 sophomore. 28 points in the game to lead the Otters, and he is brings a level of athleticism throughout whether it be pushing the ball up the floor, number of drives, getting the defense broken down, and even if it isn't a direct assist from Eston, a lot of times the Otters do a good job of swinging the ball from side to side, and he creates so much with his athleticism. And I'm not sure how many. I don't have steals as well. He had a number of steals tonight on the defensive end. He's one of the guys bringing the pressure with that really effective half-court man-to-man defense the Otters had. And then the floodgates broke open as Eston made 5 threes in the second half. He had 17 of his 28 points in the second half. And Eston Bethel is our quality player of the game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. So with that, the Otters coming up next, busy week. They'll play at home right here at the Gold Gym against Alexandria. And, that's always a tough task with the Cardinals coming into town. And we'll have it right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF, also streaming on the KBRF YouTube channel. Nick Keel will have the call for that one here on 1250. And then the Otters will go on the road on Saturday, another tough one on the road against a good Grand Rapids team. That'll be on Saturday. Little Falls is at home on Friday. They play Piers. In the JV game tonight, it was Little Falls 46, Fergus Falls 35. Joel Nelson led the Otters with 16 in that one. We were supposed to have a doubleheader tonight with the Otter girls at 6 o'clock, but the game was postponed. Sauk Rapids Rice Schools closed with freezing rain down in the St. Cloud area, so they were not able to make the trip. So that game will be rescheduled. And I know the Otter hockey team, girls hockey team, was playing tonight. I was not able to, I was not able to get any updates there. Other local scoreboard, we have, with 7 minutes to go, Battle Lake at home against Parker's Prairie, leading 59-53. Hillcrest wins at home over Brandon Evansville, 93-55. Perham wins at Frazee, 67-42. At the half, Breckenridge up at Hawley, 41-28. And Henning beats Sabika on the road, 82-43. Girls basketball tonight, it was late in the game. Brandon Evansville up close at Rosse, 59-57. Hillcrest winning at Border West tonight, 63-24. Late in the game, Breckenridge leading West Central area at home, 58-43. And it was Underwood over Battle Lake at home tonight, 64-34 was the final there. And we'll have, like I said, on Thursday our next broadcast will be Alexandria at Fergus Falls right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF. And then we'll also have Hillcrest at Ashby in boys basketball. We'll be over in Ashby, and that'll be on KJ Country 96.5, 7 o'clock pregame and 7:15 tip. So that's going to do it for us tonight. Hey, a great win for Matt Johnson's Otter team. And Matt, in our pregame show on the air, talked about staying the course. Easy to get impatient trying to do so much. The Otters have really played great basketball in stretches, just not enough to get a win against the caliber of competition they've been playing. Well, they stayed the course, and they were rewarded tonight with a great effort, especially on the defensive end, and they win it tonight 70-41 for over Little Falls on our Park Region scoreboard for their first win of the year. So we're going to sign off. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks to Billy Lammers for all his help tonight, taking care of the live stream. This is Jason Retzloff signing off from the Kennedy Secondary School Gold Gymnasium in Fergus Falls. We thank you for listening to Otter Boys Basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game, Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups, Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard, Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout, the Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show, Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated, Fergus Falls Monument, Otter Tail Coaches, Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's, American Federal Bank, FM Bank, Service Food, Unsted Plumbing and Heating, Splash Express, American Legion Post number 30, Lake Country Graphics, LB Homes, and my Running Stitches. We hope you enjoyed tonight's sports streaming presentation. You can find this game and others by going to KBRFradio.com and clicking on sports streaming, the KBRF Radio YouTube channel, and